I tried to film a Get Ready With Me, and it didn't go as planned. But I'm gonna go somewhere with my mom. And Mother's Day just passed over the weekend. And ever since Mother's Day passed, I was just like thinking about different aspects of my relationship with my mother. And I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna tell y'all about how I almost got in a fight because somebody chimed in on my relationship with my mother while we were out. But I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory, and y'all know by a little backstory, I'm gonna yap for a minute. So, growing up, I grew up in a really religious household. I've said this many, many times. We gonna still get into that in a different video. But I am an only child. And yes, I have a black mama. So, both my parents is black. For some reason, people don't think both my parents is black, but I got a black mama. So, I have a lot of the same struggles as other people with black parents. However, my relationship with my mom is very different than a lot of people. And I'm blessed to have the relationship that I have with my mom because y'all's mamas sound like crazy, angry dictators. And yes, my mom has the same allergies that y'all mama have. The inability to admit that they wrong, the stubborn, sometimes they be a little stressed out, a little mean. Oh, I gotta sneeze, hold on. Anyways. But we still have a great relationship regardless. But yes, I'm an only child. So, me and my mom's connection is not the same as most people's connection. And like, whenever other people when people observe me and her's relationship, they either think like, oh my God, I'm jealous. Or like, I wish me and my mom were as close as you and your mom. Or I wish my mom was like your mom. No, you don't. Because she's much nicer to other people. But it's either that or I would never talk to my mom like that. But we gonna get there. Okay. So, anyways, growing up, ever since I could talk about, I don't know. I think I started talking at I think my mom said I started talking about 8, 9 months. Something like that. But when I was maybe 2 or 3, I started having thoughts and opinions. My mom talked to me. She never talked to me like I was a baby. My mom always talked to me like I was a person. And so as I was becoming sentient, I never viewed myself as a child. I viewed myself as a human being. And I don't know if other children thought like that, but I was a very intuitive and a very self-aware child. Like, I always was aware of my thoughts, my feelings, what made me uncomfortable, who I didn't feel right about, and I would share my thoughts and opinions with her. And our relationship growing up, I could talk to my mom about anything. Now, I know a lot of people, they probably feel like that, but when it came to my mom, she never, I wouldn't say never silenced me, because sometimes she would tell me to keep my mouth shut. But also, she, when we were at home and it was just me and her, I could literally tell that woman anything. And that was one of my, I feel so grateful that I had her to be like that. But because I had a lot of thoughts and opinions, I've never subscribed to the whole respect your elders trend. Still to this day, I don't. And like I said, I grew up religious. So it was just all of y'all are teaching me to be a certain way, tell the truth, do right from wrong, whatever. But y'all are not doing that. And if I'm trying to stand up for myself and tell the truth and say what's right and what's wrong, y'all want to silence me and because you're an adult, I'm being disrespectful because I'm speaking up for myself. Mind you, me and my mom, ever since I was little, we would argue. Not argue, but we would have disagreements because I'm going to stand up for myself every single time. If I feel like I'm being misrepresented in any such situation, I'm going to say something about it. And for a lot of people in school or whatever, a lot of teachers was doing fucked up shit. A lot of adults around me were doing fucked up shit. And then they're lying. And then when I'm telling the truth, it's, oh, you're calling me a liar? And then thankfully, my mother stood up for me every time, and she stood behind me because they would try to little girl me. Just because you're an adult and you have something to say, that does not mean that I'm wrong. You are actually wrong, and I'm telling you what happened. And because me and my mom had that type of relationship, she understood that whether I'm right or wrong in a situation, I'm going to tell the truth. Because one thing about me, I never gave a fuck. Never gave a fuck. If I did something that was quote unquote wrong, I will tell you that I did it. I will tell you why I did it, and I will tell you why I would do it again. And so that is why my mom, she always took the time, well, not always, but most of the time when it came to me versus other people, she would take the time to hear me out and understand what was going on, because I'm not about to just say no shit, and I'm not about to just do no shit unprovoked. They would try to call my mom and be like, oh, she did XYZ, but she knows me. And I would never do no crazy shit without a reason. So she would always be like, okay, well, what did y'all do to her? Because, and then it would always come out that something, right. And so, we would get into it, but when it becomes me and her, most of our disagreements, first of all, my mom is older. She had me like really late in life. And so, when it came to me and her, she's an Aquarius. I'm a Libra. I have a very strong sense of justice, and she's very stubborn. And she has, like I said, she's allergic, just like every other Black parent, to admitting that they're wrong. So a lot of our disagreements with me and her would come from me not feeling heard, or just basically, yeah, like me not feeling heard, or like us having a misunderstanding and she's not willing to like listen in that moment. But even back then when I was a child, and even now we've gotten a whole lot better. Our relationship is great and we communicate a lot better. Even though we bicker, we always are able to come to each other and have a conversation and come to an understanding and try to be better. So it was like our arguments were never that big of a deal. They were, because like in the moment they feel like they are, but at the end of the day, she always lets me know that she loves me and that we gonna be okay. And I feel like it was really bad when I was in high school, because she was working a lot. She always worked a lot because my mom was the breadwinner. But in high school, I was going through a lot of things, and we didn't really have a connection because she was always working. And I appreciated her because, you know, we had money, but I wasn't talking to her about the things that were going on. And even now that I'm grown, she gets mad at me because I tell her things that have happened. Because back when I was a child, I would tell her everything. Like, she knew everything that was going on. Well, not everything, but she knew most of the things that were going on. But then when I got older, things would come up and I would tell her, and she would be very upset that, like, you know, at the time she wasn't there for it, or she couldn't protect me from whatever it was, or, you know, because I didn't tell her at the time. But now that I'm grown, I tell her, and it hurts her feelings. And I feel bad that it hurts her feelings. And it's not that I didn't want to tell her. It was just like, I was just the type of person that I don't really tell people my problems unless they could do something about it. And granted, she probably could do things about it, but I was a very self-sufficient child. I'm an only child. I was very self-sufficient. I always took care of myself. I was my own therapist. The first time I ever got a consultation from a therapist, she was asking me all these questions, and she was like, well, it seems like you don't really even need therapy. Because, like, all the things that you're doing are the things that a therapist would tell you to do. But if you just want somebody to vent to or talk to, then maybe you should get a therapist. But she was asking me, like, all these questions about, like, my trauma. And, girl, I was handling my own shit by myself since I was a child, okay? So I don't really need to talk to nobody about it. But when it came to my mom, now that I'm grown, she knows about some things that have happened, and she ain't happy. She ain't happy. But that's besides the point. That's not even what the story is about, okay? But anyways, yeah, we bicker, we banter, and she's been trying to tell me the same thing since, she says, every argument we've had since I was a child, I've been trying to tell you this since you were 4. Everything don't need a response, and learn how to just say okay. And that's never been me. Girl, it's never gonna be me. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's you, somebody else's mama, somebody else's grandmama. I don't give a damn. You're not gonna little girl me. I ain't never seen myself as a little girl. I'm a person. Watch how you talk to me. If you want to talk about anything, we can have a conversation. Respect is earned, not given. If you disrespect me, you come at me crazy, you belittle me, I feel like you're trying to manipulate the situation, I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, yeah, okay, just because you're older. No, girl, fuck you. Like, no. Learn how to have communication skills. Learn how to treat people like people. So that's always been how I am. And because of that, when me and her argue, it has never been me trying to disrespect her. So I know that's something that a lot of older black people have struggle with. Y'all don't understand that somebody having a conversation with you, a child or somebody younger than you having a conversation, you can be wrong. You can be wrong. And them speaking on it and standing up for themselves is not disrespect. It's not talking back. That is straight bullshit. If they telling you something, this is how I feel, this is how it happened, they're not talking back. You can't just try to bogart the whole situation just because you think you're older. I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck. I still don't give a fuck, and I probably will never give a fuck. Like I said, I was a very intuitive child, and growing up, I don't care who it is. I'm going to stand up for myself. I don't care. So, we would argue, and we didn't argue a lot, but we would argue in public, and then sometimes in public, if we were not arguing, we were playing. Me and my mom played all day, all night. Like, we kiki kaka, okay? And so that's where it comes in, when people be like, oh my God, I'm jealous of how you and your mom are. Because, like, you know how you would talk to, like, your sister or your homegirl? Me and my mom joke around. And it was never, like, a type of joking around that was, like, going too far or, like, where she felt disrespected. But, however, my mom, she does get defensive, and she does care about what people think sometimes. So, there would be times where she would get embarrassed, or, like, she would feel a certain type of way because somebody else would say something when me and her are, like, either arguing, or it would never happen when we're playing around. But when we're arguing in public, she would sometimes try to, like, perform or, like, go harder because somebody else might have said something. And that would piss me off, because, girl, fuck them people. You need to care about what I'm saying right now. If I feel like you're not hearing me right now, like, we need to whatever. And so then the argument would turn on the other person, because me and her, we were at, like, Target or something. We're arguing. Light argument. I wasn't really super upset. She wasn't really super upset. And this older lady, she said something about, like, oh, like, that's your mom, you shouldn't talk to her like that. Girl, fuck you. I don't give a damn. One, you don't know her and you don't know me. You don't know what we're arguing about. Mind your business. And so my mom would try to, like, I don't know, she would try to, like, save face in that moment, and that would make me cringe, because, like, girl, shut up. Like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. And then when we get in the car, we will argue harder, because I'm mad at you for doing that, and you mad at me for embarrassing you, but I didn't embarrass you. We're just having an argument like we always do. But that's not even a story. Like, see, this is what I be talking about. I be getting all off track. But anyway, let me tell y'all the story about how I almost got in a fight at the beauty supply because somebody got in my damn business. So, me and my mom, we went to Pink's Beauty Supply on Avalon. If y'all know what I'm talking about, it's this overpriced ass beauty supply across the street from CVS, okay? It's in a little shopping center. Me and her are in there. We're looking for a wig for her and maybe a wig for me. I think I was in, like, high school. Like, I wasn't, like, grown, but I was, like, older. And I, at the time, did not curse around my mother. There's only been 2 instances where I would curse around my mother. And the first instance was when I was, like, 2 or 3. And she had gotten into something with somebody. And I got upset because the girl called her a bitch. And I didn't even know what bitch meant. But my mom is giving me a bath. I remember this vividly. She's giving me a bath. And she's on the phone with my aunt. And they talking about the situation and da-da-da. And they asked me what I think about the situation. Because I'm pissed. Like, don't ever disrespect my mama. I'm 3. But, like, don't ever disrespect my mama ever in life. And so they asked me what I think about the lady. And I was like, I think she a bitch. And, like, right then and there, they taught me, like, you know, bitch is a bad word and da-da-da-da, whatever. But the second time was with my aunt, my great aunt. She was like 80 some years old. And some girl was picking at me at school. I was in, like, the 3rd grade. And the girl was in, like, the 6th or 7th grade. Something like that. Because growing up, that would always happen to me. older kids was always getting into it with me, but I had a lot of older friends. So it was just like, I don't know. I was always getting into it with people who were either not in my class or like way older than me. And my aunt taught me how to like cuss somebody out. And she cussed real good. Like, she cussed real good. So she told me what to say to her. Girl, I went to school and I let that girl have it. And she got me in trouble and she said I cussed her out and I talked about her bad. She was crying. And they called my mom. My mom thinks it's funny because she already know where I got all of this stuff from. She already know that I got this from my aunt. So I go home and she's like, okay, well, now you got to tell me what you said. I was so, like, my blood pressure raised so much in that moment. Like, I could literally hear ringing in my ears. I was so scared to cuss in front of my mom. Because I said a lot. And so that was one of the only times that I like cuss in front of my mom. And any other time my mom has heard me curse, it was like on accident. But now that I'm grown, she don't care, and like I can cuss around her, even though it's like a little weird to me still. But I like if I say hell or damn or whatever. But yeah. So we're at the beauty supply. This overpriced ass beauty supply, still to this day overpriced as fuck. Anyway, we're at the beauty supply. We're kikiing. We all through the store kikiing. We looking at wigs. We touching wigs. We commenting on wigs. And she picks up, like, she touches this ugly wig. And she goes, oh, you should get this one. And I was like, girl, don't you ever. Because it was bad. And we just cackling. And this girl, she worked there, little Mexican girl. She goes, you shouldn't talk to your mom like that. Like, I would never talk to my mom like that. Bitch, who asked you? Like, literally, who asked you? Second of all, your job description is to sell hair products and hair. You're not Dr. Phil. You don't know me. You don't know my mother. Obviously, we're kikiing and joking. I don't give a fuck what your relationship is with your mother. If you got a bad relationship with your mother, that is your problem. But you need to stay in your business, your job description. And so I'm going off on her. And my mom is trying to hold me back because I want to fight. Cause like, bitch, and she's the whole time the girl's talking shit back. She talking shit back, and I'm like, girl, fuck you, cause like literally nobody was talking to you. You don't tell me how to speak to my mother. Me and my mom's relationship is me and my mom's relationship. We obviously having a good time. Like literally nobody asked you to get into it. Like, bitch, mind your business. And now she just got me so heated because who the fuck are you? So anyway, my mom holding me back and she's like, let's just go. And so we end up leaving. Cause bitch, now you not finna make no sale because you want to be in my business. You see us laughing. You see us both laughing kiki kaka. What about that means? Please let me give my opinion. And also, I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. I don't care what you feel like I should or shouldn't say to my mother. You can kiss my ass. Also, like it was just I just don't, y'all, I hate people being in my business. I don't care what it is. It could be me and my mama. It could be me and the damn bus driver. I don't care who it is, me and somebody else. Do not get in my business. Unless something is like really crazy and like, and it's like off the wall and somebody finna get abused or whatever. If you see me and somebody else, like, if it's getting domestic, okay, yeah, get into it. But I'm joking with my mother. And you want to come over here with your attitude and your trauma or whatever the fuck you got going on. Girl, fuck you. Okay? You almost got beat up. She really almost got beat up, I swear to God. Because she was talking shit back. I don't even remember what she said because I blacked out. I blacked out at the moment because girl, get the fuck. Anyways. I hate that shit, bro. I really hate that shit. But any other time, like most of the interactions that me and mama have in public, other people are like, oh my God, I wish me and my mom were as close as you. Or like, oh, I'm so jealous. Like, are you mom and daughter? Oh, you guys are so funny. You guys are so cute. So it's just like, nobody can ever tell me nothing. First of all, my own mother cannot tell me nothing. So what makes you think you, a stranger, could tell me something about me and her relationship? Like, you just can't. You just can't. And I don't know. It's just, I don't like that shit. I really don't. I don't. And I think it's because, like I said, I never viewed myself as a child. My mom, I know this is going to sound crazy. Just the type of person she is, I can't believe that she had a child. And I'm the child. I tell her this all the time. I cannot believe that she had a child. Because she just doesn't give that. Like, not that she's not a motherly, or like, not that she's not like a mother. It's just like, I don't know. She's just so, I don't know. Like, my mom was that girl before me. Not gonna lie. She was a model. She was that girl. So when I look at her, I'm just like, I cannot believe you as somebody's parent. Like, it don't give that. It just don't give. She just gives somebody like rich auntie or something. I don't know. I don't know. I love her though. That's my girl. She's stubborn, but that's my girl, and I love her down. So with that being said, yeah, I don't like when people be in my fucking business, because we gonna argue. Should we feel the need to argue? But at the end of the day, we gonna come together and we gonna figure it out, because that is my mother and I'm an only child. And so our relationship is not gonna be like nobody else's relationship. Your relationship with your mama, you can like walk on eggshells, and like your mama might be a dictator and she's weird and whatever. But me and my mama, if I don't care if it's gonna be uncomfortable or we gonna have like a fallout, we're still gonna talk. Like, sometimes she get her little attitudes and she get snappy or whatever, but you gonna get over it and we gonna talk. Cause I'm gonna, I think it's because like I don't view my mom as like a separate entity. This is gonna sound so crazy. I'm an only child, but like, because I'm an only child and it's just me and my mom, like I have father figures in my life, but me and my mom's like, I don't know, I just don't view her as like a separate person. Like, that's just big me. We don't act anything alike. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. She's a lot older than me. Her thoughts and her values and whatever are different. But I just see her as like a part of me. I don't see her as like, that's my mom, or like that's a totally different person. So I feel like that's why I fight so hard, and like I don't like other people getting involved when it's about me and her, because it's always been me and her. It's always been me and her. And this Mother's Day has like really made me reflect on the fact that like I really appreciate her, and nobody will ever love her like I love her. Like, that is my girl. That is my girl for real. And people be like, oh, like, I don't talk crazy to my mom, first of all. Like, I don't disrespect her by any means. But yeah, I talk how I talk, and I don't really cuss. If we're arguing, I've never cussed when we're arguing, first of all. She might cuss at me. That is probably the one thing I let slide. She's one of the only adults that I will let, like, say a cuss word if we arguing. Like, she's you know, saying fuck and da-da-da when we arguing. But we gonna argue about the fact that you talking to me like that. Like, that is really, honestly, 99.9% of our arguments is her speaking crazy to me, and then me being like, don't talk to me like that. Like, 90% of our arguments is like that. Either you're not listening to me, you're not understanding what I'm saying, and I'm trying to explain something to you, or you're being aggressive to me, and I'm telling you not to talk to me like that. That's it. I've been the same way she's been asking me since I was like 4 to be like, you know, choose your battles, don't always say what you thinking, whatever. My whole thing was, watch how you talk to me. That's my whole thing. Like, do not talk to me like that. If you talk to me like regular, like talk to me like somebody you would talk to at work. Because when you at work, you're very polite and you very, you know, diplomatic or whatever. Talk to me regular. If you start cussing at me, raising your voice, hooting and hollering, that is when we're going to have an argument. And that is why 90% of the time we have arguments. Because you want to cuss and get aggressive. Don't talk to me like that. I don't give a fuck if I am a child. I don't give a fuck if I'm your child. Do not talk to me like that. And so I've never cussed at her when we're arguing, but that's 9 times out of 10 why we argue, is because she be getting aggressive sometimes and she be talking crazy, and it's just like, that's not necessary, because we literally could have just had a calm conversation. I would have let you speak. Oh, and she be interrupting a lot. I would let you speak, you let me speak, and we can come to a resolution. That is it. But any other adult, you're not gonna talk to me crazy. That's my mother. I don't let her get away with it, but I'm not gonna buck up on her because I don't like. I love her. But anybody else, oh, you can get it. You can get it. I don't give a fuck. Teacher, pastor, I don't give a fuck who it is. Don't talk to me crazy. I don't care. I don't care how much younger I am. You can kiss my ass. Like, talk. You better talk like you got some sense. And I strongly believe that more adults, especially black people, need to learn how to speak to kids. If you have a child, stop speaking to them any kind of way. Talk to them normally. Sit them down and have a conversation. And then you wonder why your kid is having attitude and snappy. And it's because you are. Like, I don't understand how black parents don't get that. Y'all don't understand that your child is reacting to how you're talking to them. You cannot expect somebody to react nicely or respectfully when you're disrespecting them. You're yelling at them. You're in their face. You're calling them out their name. You doing all kind of extra shit when it never required that. I don't care how mad you are. You're too fucking old to not be able to control your emotions. Like, I understand if they did something crazy. Like, that one lady whose son was abusing the cat or whatever, and she had him, like, smash his PlayStation or whatever. She has the self-control of a saint, because I would have took that nigga. Ooh, child. I would have went to jail. You don't abuse no fucking animal. I don't care how mad you get at whatever. But that's a whole different situation. If your child is just like going through something, or like they didn't do what you asked them to do, talk to them. Y'all don't believe in gentle parenting, whatever, but literally a conversation would literally change how the person is feeling. Like, how you approach a conversation is going to change the attitude. If you don't want your child to have an attitude, do not come to them with an attitude. So if you're not ready to talk, if you stressed out from work, if you stressed out from whatever the fuck you dealing with, and you can't have a calm conversation with your kid, don't talk to them in that moment. Wait until you calm down. Don't get in their face and do all that, because then when they get an attitude, then it's talking back. No, you're just manipulative, and it's verbal abuse at that point. And I'm not just throwing abuse lightly. I'm so serious. I've seen people call their child all kind of bitches and da-da-da-da. That's not okay. I don't care how mad you get. You only think your child is disrespectful because they are feeling some type of weight of what you're putting out to them. They're only giving you back what you're giving them. Because I've never, ever disrespected nobody unprovoked. I've never disrespected nobody unprovoked. If you start with me, if you put that energy and send that energy to me, I'm going to say some shit back. If you're misrepresenting my side of the situation, I'm going to say something. That is not talking back. Y'all just need to learn how to control your emotions. If you are not ready to control your emotions, do not talk to your child about whatever it is. Wait until you calm the fuck down. Or get somebody you trust to have that conversation, because clearly y'all not fit to do it. But yeah, I love her down, but that was literally 99.9% of our arguments is because she don't know how to talk to people. Or she don't know how to talk to me. Because she get real irritated and she gets snappy, and it's just like, okay, I understand that you had a bad day, but don't bring that shit over here. Please, queen. I don't want to. I don't want to. And I be telling her that. She get mad when I say that. Because, like, once I feel like I ask her some question, what? You know what? We'll talk later. Because I'm not doing it. We will talk later. No, because no, girl. I'll wait till you calm down. I'm going to pray for you. And I pray for yourself. Girl, no. Whatever you going through, I'm going to pray for you. Because I'm over here trying to ask you, do you want something to eat? I was about to go cook something. But you coming to me with an attitude. And I said, I called your name. So we're going to let you sort that out, and then we'll talk. We'll talk afterwards. But that's my mama. Okay? And that's what I think. I would say that's really why the whole don't speak to your mom like that used to get to me. Because I literally do not subscribe to respect your elders. Because we're arguing because she did not know how to speak to me. I'm standing up for myself. These are my emotions. I feel like my emotions are being invalidated in this moment. And you, a stranger, are putting yourself in my situation. Fuck you. And now I want to get into it with you. I don't cuss at my mama, but I cuss at you. Because, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And it can get like that. But now I'm grown. We don't really argue that much anymore. knock on wood. But yeah, I love my mama. She's great. She's a great lady. I can't wait to retire her and give her a makeover, because I just feel like my mom is fine as hell, but she always like working and doing shit for other people, so she doesn't really like put that much time and effort into herself. Like, I bought her a ton of clothes, but she don't really like get dressed up anymore, and I want her to get dressed up because that girl is tea. Like, my mom is tea, and I just want to do so much for her. So y'all need to hurry up and like help me get rich so that I can spoil my queen, because she really deserves it. Like, she literally helps so many people every day, and it's just ridiculous. Because, girl, what about you? Like, I just want so much for her, and I'm gonna give her so much. Like, I'm putting it out there. I'm gonna do so much, not only for myself but for my mother, and we gonna make it out the hood, child. But anyways, I don't even know what the point of this video is. I'm just yapping, y'all. I'm literally just yapping. But I like videos like this where I can just sit and tell a story and yap. But yeah, shout out to my mom. Mother's Day was this weekend. Shout out to her. Love her down. And yeah. If I have any, I'm going to tell y'all some more stories from my childhood and like things that I've been through. But yeah. Subscribe to be along for the ride. And I will... Girl, I forgot what I say. Subscribe to be along for the ride, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Got ARPs and Glock jams, don't trip, it's plenty poles. Swing the back door, I'm the back end, bitch, I'm throwing foes. Shorty throwing foes, I'm throwing balls back out and overthrow.